The frustration of knowing that there is so much more to you, but not fully utilizing the power that is within. The knowledge of knowing that there is a version of you out there who is everything that you imagine him to be or her to be, but being stuck in this world, in this reality that you've created for yourself. Being stuck with these negative thoughts, with these fears, with these memories from the past, with these expectations from the future. All of these things are holding you back from becoming the person that you really want to become. So what does it mean to become the best version of yourself? This is something I've been thinking about a lot recently, because the changes that I've been going through for the past 7-8 months have all been focused on becoming the best version of myself. But I think actually that it's not the case. It's not about becoming. Because what I've learned in the past 8 months is that the reason why I started with this was because I knew that there was something fucking in me. There was so much potential in me, but I just couldn't utilize it. I couldn't tap into that. And instead I was self-sabotaging. Even though, if you look at me a year ago, even though I was making a lot of money, I was making between 50 to 100 grand a month. I had some months where it was over 100 grand a month. I was unhealthy. I was showing off. I was fake. I was smoking, drinking, taking drugs, dating multiple women. I was insecure. I was playing this fucking character, this identity that I'd created. And yes, it had brought me to a certain point, but I also knew that it wasn't me. I also knew that there was so much more to me. I also knew that I could do so much more. Not just about making money, but just living a life where every aspect of your life, you live it into the highest level that you could possibly be. And I wasn't doing that. And that frustrated me a lot. And eventually it led me to lose everything. My entire external world collapsed, and it forced me to go inward. And I want to make this video. This is just literally a life update, guys. This is just me sharing my thoughts, because I know that there's so many guys right now, in my environment that I'm talking to, people that talk to me online. I'm getting so many messages of people who are getting inspired by the things that I'm doing, by the things that I'm sharing. And it is all about becoming the best version of you, making more impact. How can you utilize every single thing that is you? That was the question that I had. My question was like, why, what do I need to do? What would my life look like once I actually tap into all of that energy that is already there? And this is the big thing with identity change and mindset coaching, is that what I found is that so many people talk about you have to become something. And what I've found in the past 8 months is that I have focused a lot on trying to become, trying to always chase the next better version of me, trying to add new things. But actually this is all bullshit. What it really is about is removing all of the stuff that is not you, removing all of the stuff that is not adding to who you truly are on the inside. Because what I've noticed is that the moment that you really become extremely high performance, and you want to drive more revenue, you want to make more impact, you want to create better relationships, you want to become the best physical shape of your life, you want to feel the best, act the best, look the best, think the best, create the most. It is not by becoming, but it's by understanding, it's by removing everything that is not you, and by fully expressing and fully committing to the energy and the potential that is already in you, right? Because this is what I felt. It's not like I needed to become something, but I felt like, why can't I just be the thing that I already am? Why do I need to self-sabotage? Why do I need these things? Why are these things holding me back? That was my question. And what would happen if I would remove all of those things? Well, for me, the things that were holding me back, for example, from becoming the best version of me, from being the best version of me, were things like external validation. Were things like I wasn't able to control myself because I was going out every weekend, taking drugs, doing crazy stuff, right? And it was nonchalance as well. Like I thought I was better than people because I had made money, right? I had this old identity that had brought me to a certain point in my life, but which was actually holding me back from truly living as the best version of myself. I wouldn't even say becoming, but living as the best version of myself. And the biggest frustration that I felt, which drove me onto this path, was wasted potential. And this is actually funny because I wasted so much of my time. I'm 28 now, right? And I'm 20. When I was 27, I started, when I turned 28, I started this journey basically, which was end of last year. And up until that point, until 27, I've just been living this character, playing this idea of who I thought I was supposed to be, but always feeling that there was so much more to me, feeling that there was so much more that I could do, feeling that there was something that I was supposed to do, which I didn't. And that was because I wasn't really sure how to be myself. That was just the truth. Like, I didn't clearly understand who I was, and everything that I did in my life was a thing to keep me from finding out that truth, right? From figuring out, how does Jesse work? What can I truly be? Because sometimes we're even scared of our potential, because it is a scary thought to think that we have wasted so much time playing this character that has been playing on 10%, for example. But the thing is that I see it with so many people. I see that people want to become better. I see that people want to utilize the max of their energy, their power, yet they are holding themselves back because they are thinking small. They are caring about what other people think. They have all of these vices and all of these addictions and all of these cravings and all of these ideas and limiting beliefs and subconscious programming that is holding them so fucking small, that is keeping them from living like they really want to be. Because deep down, you know that there is a version of you that is already better. I think you know what it already is. I don't think you have to figure out and find yourself. I think it's already there. But I think that there are so many layers on top of you that you've created over the past 10, 15, 20 years, which have, served a purpose in some regard as well. Sometimes it's the exact thing that has helped you get to where you are now, and it's helped you survive to where you are now. But it's no longer serving you to become the person that you're actually supposed to be, to live as the person that you're actually supposed to be. And that is what I figured. And I see it with so many, especially young men, for example, but people in general, where they are playing a character, they're hiding behind a mask, they're not really themselves. Maybe you've made a lot of success in some areas of your life. Maybe you already have a physical, maybe physically, maybe you're already there. Maybe you have made a lot of money, yet still there is this part of you that knows that there is so much more. But either we are afraid to unlock that part because it might show us of what we've wasted over these past few years, or we are just simply not aware of how to unlock it. We don't know what to do, and that frustrates us. And that was what frustrated me. And for me, it came to a point, like I said, where I lost everything, where I had to figure out how to start over. And that's when I decided I'm going to be the best Jesse that I can be, just in every single regard. And the impact that I've been making over these past 8 months, the potential that I've been able to utilize, it is crazy. And this is why I've been thinking a lot about my purpose. What do I want to do? Who do I want to help? What do I want to create in this world? But I just see it now so clearly in so many people. What it exactly is that is holding them back. Because I've been able to face my truth. That is basically it. Discovering yourself, rewiring yourself. It's just facing the hard fucking truth, going inwards, taking the time to do that, sitting still, sitting with yourself, becoming aware of all of these things that are making up who you are. What are you thinking on a day-to-day basis? What kind of reality are you waking up in? And then having the tools and the know-how to change that, to rewire that in order to create something new. So what I have figured, what happened to me is I needed to remove all of the bad stuff first. I needed to remove my external validation issues. I needed to remove my insecurities. I needed to remove my limiting beliefs around certain things, about relationships. I needed to remove my addictions and my impulse control, my lack of impulse control. I needed to remove all of those things. Once I did that, it became very clear. You have like an open canvas, and then you can decide to become who you want to become. Then you can decide to just figure out what is it that I truly want to do. Because I lived my life for 27 years without really asking myself the question, what do I really want to do? Who do I really want to be? And once I was able to ask myself that question after removing all of the negative shit in my life, life became extremely, extremely fun. Energy became extremely, I was just flowing. I'm able to work so much. I'm able to make so much impact. I do not feel the need to prove myself to anyone anymore. I don't feel the need to, this gives you freedom, guys. It gives you something that when you truly live as your authentic self and you're not hiding anymore and you're just accepting that and you're putting all of your energy into that, then your performance, everything in your life, everything that you will do is going to grow exponentially, is going to grow so fast. Your business, your relationships, your health, your mental health, your well-being, your spiritual strength, all of these things will fall in line once you take the step and once you have the balls to just authentically and truly be yourself and put your energy into that. But instead, what most people are doing is most people are putting their energy outwards into what is to come, to what has been in the past. Emotions are basically just memories from the past, right? Into other people, problems, meetings, all of these things. We're all putting it outward, all outward. And this is why we never find the time to figure out what we really want and to bet on ourselves and to focus on becoming our best version, because of the fact that we're putting all of this energy out. So for the past 8 months, I've been putting all of this energy in me. I've been focusing on what I want to do, who I want to be, how I can maximize the person that I am. And physically, I've made changes. I've reached the best physique of my life, for example, in a span of 6-7 months. And it is a visual representation of what's going on in here as well. The amount of focus that I have, just the focus that I have, the mindset that I have, the energy that I have, the purpose that I feel, the clarity that I feel, the direction that I wake up every single day, the detachment that I've been able to manifest from outcomes like money, cars, watches, and all of these things, all of the shit that I thought was super important in the beginning. I don't identify with those things anymore. Do I intend to get those things? Sure. But I don't identify myself, my happiness, my well-being with getting those things like so many other people do. And the funny thing is that once I let go of all of those things, everything else started to click. Everything else just started to flow. The right people started to come into my life. Relationships started to improve. Finances started to improve. Opportunities came. And I see so many guys struggle with how to navigate through life, how to create more impact, how to perform better. So what I often see is that a lot of guys, they have success in one area of their life, but not in other areas of their life. And in my opinion, making money is actually one of the easiest things as a guy to do, because it's very easy. There's a roadmap for that as well. But if you want to create more impact, and I think this is very important if you're, for example, if you're a high earner, if you're a closer, a marketeer, you've got your own company, you're a founder, you're a business owner, CEO, C-suite level guy, I think it is your duty to develop yourself to the best of your abilities, to then share yourself with the people around you so that you can make as much impact as you can. But a lot of guys don't know how to do this because they don't know themselves in the first place. They lack purpose, they lack direction, they lack clarity because they don't know themselves. And they think that they're going to get this clarity, get this purpose from going more outwards, from attracting more of the external. But it's all focused on what you can do inside. It's all focused on who you are, who you want to be. Once you get that clear, you have this compass inside of you that just guides you through life. It becomes so much easier to take on new things, to take on new projects. It becomes so much easier to become disciplined, consistent. These are things that are a byproduct of becoming the best version of you. It's not like you become disciplined. No, discipline becomes a byproduct of who you are. It becomes a byproduct of your new identity. Because it doesn't take me, I don't see discipline anymore as like something that I actively have to do. It is just a part of who I am. And obviously, especially as founders, we want to drive revenue, we want to become better. And I just think as a man, there are certain areas in your life that you want to excel in, physically, spiritually, financially, with your relationships. All of these areas require one thing to grow. They are all tied to one thing, which is you. And when you grow inside, all of these other things grow as well. And it is addictive once you start to understand that. In order to do that, you need to first remove the bad, which is what I did as well. And this is what we basically call identity shifting. And then once you've removed the bad, you have this clean slate. You've got this open canvas of things that you can basically do. And there's loads of things that you are already really good at. There's loads of things that are already inside you, and you can just basically utilize that thing that is inside you and express that outwards. And that will grow your business, it will grow your physique, it will grow every single aspect of your life in the way that is aligned with who you are, instead of trying to pretend to be something. And if you remove all of this stress, or why do I have to go? How do I have to do this? You know, all of these problems, all of these mental things, if you remove all of that from your life, there is so much space, so much clarity to create even more. And that is what I think a lot of people are struggling with, a lot of men are struggling with, is that they know that they want to create more, but their current identity doesn't allow them to, because they are stuck with all of these fucking bullshit limiting beliefs, subconscious programmings from the past, cravings and addictions. And once you remove all of that and you get to understand who you really are, and you get to live as your authentic self in spiritual alignment, is what I call it, then it becomes very, very, very addictive. Like, I don't go out anymore. I don't fucking feel the need to do any of this shit. I just want to fucking go and build myself more and more and more and more and more, because I'm growing so fast and I'm able to share so much with the world. I'm able to make so much more impact. I'm able to create so much more. While first I was all tied up in, oh, what do people think of me? And oh, should I do this or should I do that? And I need the money, and I need this, and I need that, and I need to look cool for these people, and I need to have this on my Instagram account, and I need to have a watch, and this. I've dropped all of that. And instead I've just focused all of my energy on being the best version of me that I can be, and sharing that guy with the world. And it becomes super, super addictive once you understand how much you can actually do. And this is why I do what I do, because I can see how many guys are still wasting their potential because of these simple, stupid little things like external validation issues, like subconscious programming from the past. And it is hard, because if we don't know how to go inward, if we don't know how to deal with these things, they're always going to own us, and we are always going to call our outcomes in our lives fate, even though we can actually change those things by reprogramming our subconscious, rewiring our identity. And it is this waste of potential that I see in so many guys, because they think that they should be doing other things. They think that other things are more important. Looking cool is more important. Making money is more important. I think making money is important, right? I don't say you shouldn't make money. But it is insane to see what I've noticed already with some of the founders that have come to me, some of the entrepreneurs that have come to me. Once we remove certain blocks, how much they can improve, how much more energy they have, how much more clarity, purpose, direction they get in their lives, how much more money they're able to make, how many more relationships they are able to improve, and also how many more things they're able to say no to, how many more things they're able to discard from their lives that weren't adding in the first place, that were just part of their old identity, but actually wasn't something that they wanted to do. So guys, the whole idea of this is that the old identity that you have created that has brought you this far is often also the reason, it's the same weight of that identity that is holding you back from ascending to a higher level of you. And I think it is your duty, this is what I believe, it is your duty, this is what I believe my duty is now, my purpose is to become the best version of me, to share this with the world. And I think that is a very, very interesting way to live for you as well. Instead of like, what can I get, what can I gain, who can I become in order to make as much of a difference in the world, make as much of a difference in the thing that I'm doing, whether that is on a global scale, or whether that is in a small community, or whether that is for your family, for example. That is yours to decide, and none is better than the other. This is just how it is. But it is, especially as a man, your duty, and I think as a person in general, to become that version of yourself, the best version, to live authentically, to live as the best version of yourself, to then share that person with the world. And once you do that, my friend, I will promise you, I can show you, I can tell you that life will become so much more fun. It will become, things start to click, things start to flow, life will become aligned. And that is, I think, what a lot of people are looking for. Guys, this is just a random yap video that I have because I wanted to share this. I want to share what I'm experiencing. I'm trying to put words into these things as well, because it is obviously a complex concept that I'm trying to put into words. But these are the things that I've experienced over the past 8 months, and I wish that you could experience them too. So hopefully this video gives you some insight. I want to inspire you to not play a character anymore, to not, let me just put it down, to understand that in order to become and to live as the most authentic and best version of yourself, it is more so about removing what is blocking you from that. So you have to figure out what is blocking me. Because once you focus on becoming, it's going to be a never-ending chase. And this is where most people fail. They always focus on what is the next best thing. Who do I have to become? But they're not ready to let go of what it was. And if you're not able to do that, then becoming better is always going to be, it's going to be very difficult, because you always have this weight of this old identity that is holding you, pulling you back while you try to run. And that just simply doesn't work. And this is why so many people still feel like shit even when they try to grow, when they try to do things, when they try to become better. It's because if you're not able to let go of the past, you cannot move into a better future. So guys, that's it for today. I'll be posting videos every single day. So if you like to learn more about becoming the best version of yourself, living authentically, removing negative patterns from your life, removing self-destructive behavior, making real impact, becoming an absolute performance fucking beast, then give us a follow and definitely like the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.